you. We have gone live. Are you there?
Tonight in quarantine, we have Aaron Katz. Follow him at Ronnie Two Shoes. Like to think of him as the man with the golden fingers. Hope you enjoy tonight. Buddy, welcome to the Barnacle broadcast. Hopefully the lighting is okay. Let me get Ronnie in here. Yes, welcome. This wonderful Tuesday. Hello, sir. How are you?
What's up?
What's up? How's life?
Dude, that was quite the intro.
Yeah. Try to make it interesting.
Yeah. Let me fix these little lights here.
Oh, it's warm. Too warm to wear all these things. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on.
Dude, thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So we'll let you play some stuff if you want to stop and talk. If you got anything you want to do, it's kind of just your time to do as you please. I'll ask you some questions maybe in between if there's lulls or after, kind of whatever you want, whatever we're feeling. So
cool.
Yeah, man. Those of you just joining, this is Ronnie Two Shoes. Yeah, check out his music online. I saw you have Bandcamp.
Yep, that's where all my stuff is. I have some stuff on Spotify too.
You do? Okay, cool. Right on.
Yeah. And I guess I'll just...
sorry, real quick. I was listening to Breakfast earlier. Dude, I love that song.
Sweet.
Really
that's everyone's favorite.
Nice. Right on. Cool. Yeah, man. So are you gonna play some keys for us today?
Yep. I'm gonna do that. Also, yeah. So I'm gonna try something out. I've been recording. I've got a whole another album in the works, and I'm gonna be playing the rhythm tracks from that, playing along on keyboard. So I'll be hitting that and singing along and playing along. So.
Sweet.
I'll do my best. Probably shouldn't go sideways.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's always an argument for either way. So whatever's comfortable. If you go sideways, I can try to go sideways too.
As long as... There we go.
Cool.
All right. This first one is called Gatekeeper.
All right.
And here we go. You bring me the water, now I'm bringing the wine. If I cannot catch up to you, then I will fall behind, but I call it lips. Just another moment passing by. Well, apparently I'm not the only subject in the sky. And if all the bricks get taken down from the rooftop to the ground, then I will not be able to see what is around, but it's all a myth. Just another writing on the wall. Well, all the things I've been looking for right here all along. Gatekeeper, gatekeeper, tell me what you see. Sing me all the song that the people are singing. Gatekeeper, gatekeeper, let me enter, please. Everybody's gonna be your grass is mighty green.
When I step up to the plate in the bottom of the ninth, now will look at me, go step alright. Between the out that I swung and missed, just another strikeout for the this. Well, pretty soon now I'll be sitting with my head down in my bed. When I travel through the woods to wherever deep and wide, and I will lay my body down and try to close my eyes and away I drift to the ground of fog of the light. Fairly well, my troops love its time to be peacemaker, and anybody knocking on your door like you've been in time before. Peacemaker, don't give up on me. Everybody's telling me your best, everybody. You may need water, we can share the wine. If I run out of things to give, and I'll try to make some time, but it always slips out of my hand when I'm like that. There's nothing left to do but smile and stay on the feet. Keep again, tell me what you see. Sing me all the songs that the people I see. Keep again, let me enter. Everybody's telling me your grass is mighty.
All right. Cool, man.
Is
Volume
that
on this
okay?
side. It might be. It sounds maybe a tiny bit muddy. I don't know if it's just because of what we're doing, or I don't know if there's a volume. I don't know. I have no
Yeah, I
suggestion.
don't know. I have a crappy phone, and then I'm playing it from my computer into this amp, which is like a bass amp, and it's
Okay.
like not that great. But you know,
It is what it is, too.
is it loud enough?
I think it's definitely loud enough. I don't know if I don't know if you want to try coming down on that stuff. Maybe I can hear your voice really well, but the other stuff's breaking up like a tiny bit. So I don't know if it's like, and it might just be different like frequencies, like screwing each other up. I'm not sure. I don't know that much about this stuff. So
Me neither. I just kind of thought of it today and like this
dude,
seems
it's
cool.
all good. I don't have all the right equipment to make it work right anyway. So, but I can hear what you're doing, so it sounds cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. There was a comment. It's like Beatlesy. I think maybe calling it Daykeeper makes people think a day tripper probably too.
Yeah, I think there's some Paul McCartney vibes in there for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, he's just trying to be like an old time vaudeville cat anyway.
Yeah.
So
influence. Does that influence run throughout your music?
yeah, I think on like a deep level, I have went and learned a lot of Beatles songs, and that's definitely been really important for my writing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely in there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's hard not to have them just like at the core. but right alongside, who.
Yeah, dude. Are
I don't
you
have to say it.
obviously you're a big Deadhead then?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty severe. It's severe, yeah.
Okay. How many times have you seen them?
Well, not them, but
Yeah.
I've seen the remaining folks
Yeah.
several times, Further and Dead and Co. I was in a dead cover band up in Humboldt where I used to live.
Okay.
But
I
I was
thought I
playing.
saw that on your Instagram or something like that, and I wasn't sure, but
Mhm.
cool, man.
Yeah, and that's where I play drums, which is like my main instrument. I just do
Yeah.
this because I like writing songs.
Right on. Who did I see you play drums with? Was it East West?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
dude. I remember that and being like, "Holy shit, this guy can play drums like incredibly well too." Like it blew my mind because I'd seen you at like open mics at Old Eye playing keys. Yeah, so you're a man of many talents, obviously.
Yeah, it just happened over the years. I just kind of fucked around on piano just because I liked it and I liked writing songs and moving around and stuff. You don't always have your drum set there. So that's definitely the situation right now.
So wait, you're like self-taught on piano?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean,
Whoa.
I've never like gone and taken lessons and
Yeah.
I don't have like technique really. I just kind of learned, how the chords and scales worked and
Huh.
and
Dude,
then a lot of time.
I thought you were like classically trained after seeing you.
No,
Right
not
on.
really. But there's I feel like it's my composition tool and then it's also just fun to fuck around a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I do all day sometimes. So,
Well, good for you.
it's just it's grown a lot. Like when I first started off like, oh, that's a chord, and then give it time, everything's like that.
Yeah.
But I started playing drums when I was like 10, so
Okay.
that was where I put all my like effort in for a long time.
You think learning drums helped you on piano?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's drums itself, but I think part of it is, well, one, you're using all your
Right.
your stuff, but also there's like just when you're playing drums in a band, you're always you're in your own space because you're the only you're the only non uh, melodic instrument. So it's like you kind of have this ear that develops where you can hear everything interacting that I don't think everyone else hears at first because you're really like watching it. So once, at least for me, once I was like jumped on a keyboard, I was like, oh, I want the keyboard to do this. And then like I started playing bass and I was like, I want the bass to do this because I knew what it felt like to play with that. And then I just go down rabbit holes of like trying to arrange stuff with just myself. And it's fun, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing with people.
Yeah, right.
Especially once this is over.
Are you a mainstay in any bands right now?
Not here, no. But I am starting up this project with some folks that we were just starting to hit it and start practicing and then I went away for a month and then I came back and we were on lockdown, so.
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
So good.
Well, we can talk some more. I want to hear you play some more music though, if that's cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another original, try to do it with the album here.
Cool.
Maybe I'll just kind of turn everything down a little and
okay. We'll see if that works and then we'll check on it after.
Yeah.
Cool, man. What's this next one called?
This one's called Violet.
Violet. Cool. Right on.
It's about a big purple tree.
can see you from now. La 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 la. And if the fog has rolled away, and if it is a sunny day, and roses are red, violet is you. Somebody said, now I think it's true. Lavender leaves and the mulberry root, the colorful leaf made of weatherloo. Some trees are green, but the water is blue. All that I know is nothing I know. Towering down over the street, the colorful leaf got something from me. I never seen nobody like someone knows. I never had to rescue no sorry soul, but I can't wait to tell you that our love is here to stay. And I've first set my eyes on you, and I did not think that it was true. And I could not see nobody there behind your purple head of hair. And I fell in love with you. You never gave, you only took. And you stole the sunlight from the sky. And all the people had to cry. Roses are red, violet is you. Somebody said, now I think it's true. Lavender leaves and the mulberry fruit, the colorful leaves made of winter. Some trees are green, water is blue. All that I know is nothing I know. Towering down over the spring, colorful leaves got something from me. I see you keep on growing, never done. Just like the river flowing into one. But I can't wait to tell you that our love is here to stay. Well, I really like your peaches. Let me climb into your tree. Well, I really like your peaches, mama. Let me shake all of your leaves. Well, I can't wait to tell you that our love is here to stay. Yes, our love is here to stay. Yes, our love is here to stay.
That's a badass song, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're definitely a songwriter. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. And I try to do it all, but I know that at its best, there'll be people that, know what they're doing, playing everything. And I'll be back there on the drums.
Nah, man, you're. I like hearing you sing. I like hearing the keys a lot too. I think it's pretty badass. It's good.
Thanks.
It's a style that I certainly don't see in Sacramento. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, man.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know if it's just like old timey or what, but
No, I love that sound though. It's a great sound. Like, so, I mean, we talked about the Beatles and the Dead already as influences, but what else?
well, when I think of those two, there's the other of the big three of like that era, and it's the band
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's definitely like in terms of like composition and the chords and like how the melody goes through. That's kind of what I've gleaned off them the most. Yeah, I like went down a pretty deep, deep rabbit hole into them, like probably a year or two ago.
Okay.
And then also, like, just admiring them as a band, how they're like, none of them are like super. You wouldn't call. They're not flashy. They're not like the most proficient, but they make the sound work as a whole.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said about jazz proficiency and learning and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like,
yeah, the
like
technicalities are like, you can appreciate the technicalities, but like I don't go out and listen to the technical, like prolific players like sometimes, but like I'd rather listen to stuff that just comes together and has a good sound. And a lot of the time those guys are the ones who are like not trained musicians. They just have a groove, so the groove's important.
Yeah. And it's from the heart at the most,
Yeah, absolutely.
And like me as a person, I can get really caught up in the head part of it of like, oh no, this chord's got to go to this chord and blah blah blah, and like and all that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you want it to come from here.
Yeah, man. You mentioned you learned something about composition from the band.
Yep.
A lot. Can you give me a little more about that? Like maybe a tidbit, something I could take from it?
Oh man. I can't like think of the one thing I can really think of is the use of having a bass line or like a bass part going over chords, but you're not always playing the root note. So a lot of times like the bass player will be like doing a walking, like a descending line where it's maybe playing down a scale, but the chords aren't, he's not playing the root notes of all the chords. And that I've taken that a lot, especially on the keyboard. It's really easy to write like that because your left hand can just go down. And like, a lot of their songs, what is it? What is that? The night they drove Old Dixie down.
Yeah, Old Dixie, yeah.
yeah, that's perfect example right there.
Okay. And so that gives a certain feel to the music, or does that allow you composition-wise to like transition into other parts, or like what's the benefit you would say about that?
I don't know. It's just more interesting. It's just like it pulls the chords together into like the sequence is much more fluid, I'd say, because the bass is like kind of going down slowly rather than jumping around to different chords. And like, I don't know, there's just, it just brings it together, and the bass is like sort of doing its own melody at the same time. And I don't know, it's
like
just
the bass doesn't really settle. It's always kind of like that fluidity you talked about. It's always kind of moving you along, taking you somewhere.
exactly, yeah. It builds that much tension where if the bass isn't playing the root note, it's gonna feel weird on its own, but once it lands wherever it lands, and yeah.
Nice.
Also, just like, I love the setup of the 2 keyboards in that band. They had one guy mostly playing piano and one guy on organ, and a bunch of other crazy stuff too. And I like that. 1 guitar, 2 keyboards, pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd be so down to get a keyboard going over here at some point with our stuff, man. It's hard to find.
Yeah, let's jam.
Yeah, dude, super dope. I want to ask you about the name, the Ronnie Two Shoes name. Explain that.
I think it just came to me one day, and it kind of rhymes with goody two shoes. And, it was like, this was the first time I was ever making music under my own name.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anyone to tell me that I couldn't do it. So that was cool. And then, I don't know, it's just like, I got 2 shoes just like everyone else,
Yeah.
Just
sure.
nothing special, just me, my 2
It somehow like it fits the music really well somehow though. But I don't know how to explain it.
I don't either, but I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, like especially like listening to the music today and seeing you right now, I'm like, dude, something about that name is just like really emblematic or of what you're doing. But I don't know. So yeah.
Cool.
But it's great, man. Yeah. All right. You got another one for us?
Yeah, I got a few more.
Sweet.
I was thinking of doing a cover or 2.
Yeah, hell yeah,
because,
dude. Whatever you want, I'm down.
So I just learned this Dead song.
Okay.
And it's called He's Gone. And it happens, I just found out about John Prine just like 10 minutes ago. So,
oh, whoa.
Yeah, he went just today. They announced it, So the song He's Gone, it's not really about dying or dead, someone dying, but it's sort of become that over the years. So I was going to play it anyway, but now I'm going to play that. And then I got a John Prine one coming up too. So
cool. Right on.
Because you guys can hear my originals on the internet. You can't always hear me play this. So yeah, here goes.
Cool.
Probably turn this sucker up a little bit. Ran in a train ditch and on a limb. You know better, but I know him. Like I told you what I said, steal your face right off of your head. And now he's gone. Now he's gone. Lord, he's gone. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the tracks. He's gone, gone, and nothing's gonna bring him back. He's gone. 9-mile skid on a timber ride. Hot as a pistol, but cool inside.
Cat on a tin roof, dogs in a pile. Nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile. And now he's gone. And now he's gone. Lord, he's gone. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the tracks. Now he's gone, gone, and nothing's gonna bring him back. Yeah, he's gone. Going where the wind don't blow so straight. Maybe up on a high cold mountain chain. I lost one prize, but the prize wasn't anything. A knife in the back and more of the same. Same old rat in a drain ditch. And on the land. You know better, but I know him. Like I told you, it's what I said. Steal your face right off of your head. Now he's gone. Oh. Now he's gone. Oh, Lord, he's gone. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone, gone, and nothing's gonna bring him back. He's gone. Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back. Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back. Young for good. Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back. Ooh, nothing's gonna bring him back.
All right. And that was a Dead cover called Gone, you said, right?
He's gone. Yeah.
He's gone. Nice. Okay. And did you say it was written for John Prine?
No. It was written. It's not about someone dying, but it's called He's Gone, and he'll never bring him back and all that.
Yeah.
So it's it's been played a lot when like someone dies and like
Okay.
as like a tribute. But
Sure.
John Prine just passed today,
Yeah,
so
right. Okay.
that goes to him.
Gotcha. Dude, yeah. No, it's perfect dedication. For some reason, I thought you said there was more of like a connection somehow in there, and I was like, whoa.
No, just that I was gonna play it anyway,
Yeah.
and
So it was fitting.
then that happened.
So you were going to play that, and you were going to play a John Prine song already?
Well, not until like
Okay.
an hour ago, but I already knew it.
It's like you're living in like an alternate universe here, and you like you're predicting the future or something weird's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what John Prine? What happened to John Prine?
He got the coronavirus,
That is what happened. Okay.
and then he
Okay.
passed. Yeah, so I think he got hospitalized a few days ago,
Okay.
but then he got better. Sorry, my fact checker.
Yeah.
And then I guess he like kind of came back up and got better, and then it got worse, right?
Okay.
He was put into a ventilator like 2 weeks ago, and he's been on a ventilator.
He's been on a ventilator for 2 weeks.
Yep.
We've all known he was almost there, but I thought
Yeah.
he was gonna pick it. But yep, John Prine, it happened. I know, it's sad. So what do you think? I had one more original too, or should I do them both? Or
Yeah. We got plenty of time. You doing both? I wanted to. I want to ask you one question before though.
yeah.
It's a little bit off topic of what we're just doing, but like the Dead always reminds me, and I think a lot of their lyrics they refer to or they use the imagery of like trains and stuff, or like train tracks and just like that movement and all that.
Yeah.
That typically is representative of, in music that I see of like it's the sound of the music itself that kind of brings up that imagery. A lot of the time, like lyrics kind of write themselves in that way, so imagery kind of comes up. At least for me, it does that. And it totally reminded me. I had seen on your Instagram you were making these like percussion contraptions, of, like guitars and like different stuff, and like for somehow that all tied in together for me. I like was imagining that with like the train and the sounds and all this stuff. So I wanted to ask you about that. Like, what's the deal with those contraptions that you're putting together?
Yeah, that thing, it's called a shitar.
Nice.
I didn't actually come up with it. It's
okay.
Yeah, I the Wood Brothers,
Yeah.
that band.
Yeah.
So their drummer, he plays one of those when they do like acoustic strip down stuff. So I've always, really just like the sound that comes out of it's always awesome. And, being a drummer, it's nice to have a portable instrument. And I've never been super into playing cajones. So sorry if I offend anybody. So I was just like, I'm going to build one of these, and it's super easy. You get an old, I think an old classical guitar works the best.
Okay.
Because they resonate really well. And you just kind of put some little bells and whistles here and there. And there's actually like online, there's like a whole like how-to, and you can kind of make it your own. And yeah, it's a fun little project, and I'm definitely gonna add some more to it.
Okay. Have you played it live yet?
Not in front of like audience. I've like jammed around with it with people.
Yeah.
I took it on the Grand Canyon last month.
Oh, nice. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, jammed a lot down there with it.
That's badass, dude.
But yeah, no, it'll make it to a stage one day for sure.
Cool. Right on. Looking forward to that.
And like now that, I'm gonna try recording it more too. Just because I'm here, I don't have a kit like right here. So if I want to just lay down a little beat, just to have something as a reference.
Yeah.
It's got a whole kit in there. Oh,
yeah.
Someone brought it here. Check it out.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go. The shitar.
Yeah, so little anatomy.
Dude, I think so cool.
So that, I like cut a drumstick in half and screwed it into here on the bridge, I think. And it's kind of where you get your kicks out, and you loosen up some strings.
Whoa.
Kick,
Brilliant.
hat, boom, and then I like screw down this piece of plastic, and you wear a ring, so you get a really nice crack.
Wow, dude, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, maybe another time. Oh, yeah, I'll show you a little bit. Just guys.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. That's
Endless.
badass, dude. That's like that's like a busking tool.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's having a portable instrument is like, every drummer's fate.
Yeah, right.
You know.
I never really thought of that. How, yeah, you're really trapped. If you're a drummer, you don't get to go anywhere and do anything. I mean, you could bring like some bongos or like the cajon or something, right? Like you said, but that's about it. You don't have all your tools with you.
Yeah, it's unless you have friends with drums.
Yeah, just wheeling them around. Cool, dude. Yeah, I'll ask you more questions after. Actually, somebody, Spenny, earlier, I don't know, that must be a relative of some kind, wanted to know if you got a mustache.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a mustache.
Oh, much? I mean, yeah, it's the same length as my beard. So, yeah. Yeah, it's my brother.
Technically a beard.
What's he
then.
doing? What's up, Anna? What's up? Oh, sweet. Kelly, Aaron. Sweet.
All the peeps.
Dope. All right. I'll do another original right here.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'm doing jump right now. Yeah, this one's you'll get it.
For the life we all know, how can one stand below? Suffering all of me. The white man stands alone in a fantasy of his own, hoping that no one will hear the cries of the forgotten. Have never been so loud, shooting but no one can hear. Sweep all the evidence underneath the rug in a cold-blooded killing spree. We're like two sides of a coin, the lock and its key, constantly fighting so we can be free. The Joker and the thief will make you believe you can't spell America without me. There's junk food in the corner store, diamond rings on the 10th floor, shallow, divided and sore. The chip on her shoulder is beginning to show the face of the great divide. So what can you do for your country to make it great once again? You can build a big wall, pretend you're not small, and stumble until you fall. We're like two sides of a coin, the lock and its key, constantly fighting so we can be free. The Joker and the thief will make you believe you can't spell America without like two sides of the board, the king and the queen, constantly fighting so we be free. The Joker and the Thief will make you believe you can't spell America without me.
Nice, dude. I was gonna ask you in the first half. I was like, "Is it just satire or is it political?" And then it kind of started.
Yeah, you know, I try not to take it too seriously, but sometimes you gotta write that kind of stuff. So
I think your style of music, the way that you present it, keeps it from being too serious. I think it allows you to say a lot because it's like it has that playful, lighthearted vibe to it.
yeah, for sure.
So it's cool,
And
man.
that's where I live musically most of the time is like, you know, having a good time. But you know, I want it to reflect what life is, you know, and life isn't always fun and games.
Sure, right, of course. Yeah, and like capturing the times is important, and kind of capturing the mentality of the times is even more important. I mean, especially if you're talking about like satire, which I mean that does. You kind of poke at the thing you're living in a little bit. You get to stand outside of it and poke at it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's very effective too. The presentation of it's effective because it pulls you in, and then it makes you question it, and then you're like, all right, even if you're someone who's offended by all that, you can still laugh at it, right? Because of the way it's like presented to you. So, or at least, maybe not be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah. Do it with a little bit of taste.
Right.
Yes.
No, it's a beautiful thing, man. It takes a lot to do that. So I think that speaks to your writing abilities for sure. It's real cool.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I like the line. You can't spell America without me. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some great lines in there. Dude, I want to ask you about. Okay, so you said you have a new project and a new album. Are they kind of going hand in hand, or are these separate things?
Yeah, basically. The recording of it has been pretty much me doing all the drums, bass, keyboards, and vocals.
Damn.
And then I've been working with a few friends back where I used to live that are playing guitar on a few tracks, just remotely. And yeah, it's like it's almost done in terms of the recording of it. And yeah, it's like a full length, 9 songs. The 3 that I've played with the tracks in the back, those are all on it.
Right on, dude.
So yeah, and then I started jamming with some guys, showing them the songs and some other stuff to start, you know, playing it live.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously that's on hiatus right now, just like everything.
Yeah, of course. Cool, but that'll be something I'm sure you'll pick back up once this all calms down, hopefully.
Yeah.
Does the
And
project...
it's funny because...
Sorry, go
What's
ahead.
that? I was just going to say, it's funny because, like, this whole quarantine thing, everyone's been... I've noticed a lot of people kind of are like, all right, well, now I'm going to, like, record by myself and do this album. And it's like, I was doing this for a few years now, and I'm like, I was just finally starting to get out and actually play with people. And then this happened. It's pretty comical.
Yeah.
But
A little more time to polish, perhaps. I have no idea what the benefit would be. You're ready.
Yeah. I just want my drums. That's it.
Yeah. Where are your drums at? You got a practice space?
They're in my closet.
Oh, okay.
So,
There's no reason to bust
no,
them.
nah, I'm just in an apartment, so it's not really
Oh shit. Yeah.
a
Okay.
place.
I gotcha.
But we were like, yeah, once we start rehearsing more, we'll have to get a spot and start jamming.
Okay. Is the new project, is it under Ronnie Two Shoes still?
That's what the album will be
Okay.
under that name.
Okay.
When we play live, you know, I've maybe just Two Shoes, maybe Ronnie Two Shoes.
Okay.
We'll see.
Cool. And does the album have a name yet?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be called Secondhand Shoe.
Nice. Right on, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to dig into that. You know, you think about it for a while. There's a lot of meaning.
Yeah. Secondhand
Like-
shoe. Yes.
Like hand shoe, like what's a hand shoe? It's like a glove, you know, like
And why do you need two of them? Well, I guess you have two hands. That makes sense.
you got two hands, but it's also like it's like secondhand. It's like been used. It's like an old shoe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against secondhand shoes. I've definitely bought them, but there's a risk.
Yeah, no, I've had great pairs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird, like someone else's smell is in it though. Like that's the danger, you know? I don't know if you can ever get that out of a shoe. So
Yeah, you can,
can you? Okay.
but Ronnie and the Two Shoes, that could work too.
Ronnie and the Two Shoes.
I think everyone in the band will have two shoes at the end of their name, is how it's gonna be.
Ooh, I like that. Maybe they could all spell it differently.
Yeah, or like
Shoe, like
Jimmy
shoe
Two
five.
Hands.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be lots of things inside.
Cool, man. You got one more for us, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna do this one song because we all know why,
Cool. Sounds good.
and then we'll take it home.
I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man's just another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning, thunder was desire, this old house would have burned down such a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, but just a free rambling man. That was a long time. No matter how hard I tried, the years just roll by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, and I can hear 'em buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning Come home in the evening and have nothing to say. Make me an angel, cries from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Very fitting.
Yep.
Right on. That's a good one to end on.
Yeah. That's for John right there.
Right on, dude. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So thank you for coming on. It was great, dude. I really love your music a lot. I'm looking forward to the new stuff coming out. Is there a date set for any of that yet? Tentative date?
Not at the moment. You know, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But I would say I'm not even gonna, because I thought it was gonna be, you know, sometime it never was. And
That's how it goes.
yeah, I mean, I started recording it in October, and then so it's like it's kind of just been slowly churning when I get the chance, and now I have the chance. So
Cool. I'm looking
it'll
forward
be
to
out there. Hopefully, concurrently will be some live performances too.
Yeah.
So we'll do some shows together.
Yeah, dude. We'll do some stuff together and do some have a release party or something. So save it for that maybe, or I don't know. I don't have any good advice, but it's always fun. I mean, you can always release it and then like party for it afterwards too.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll depend on the situation.
I know. Well,
Yeah, man, thanks
okay.
a lot.
Yeah, man. And so, Ronnie Two Shoes, follow this man if you're not already. And your music's on Spotify, it's out on Bandcamp, Instagram. You've got a bunch of stuff up there too. And yeah, man. Anything else?
Thanks a lot for doing this, man. Really appreciate it. And thanks for keeping the spirits up and the vibes high and the scene going.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
great.
Looking forward to seeing you when we in person.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
All right, y'all. Peace. Thanks for joining the Barnacle broadcast and catching Ronnie Two Shoes. Follow that man, please. He's amazing. All right, man. Adios.
Later.